Hey guys, welcome to the Purple Army. I am Purple, and this is episode 2 of What If Deku was Spider-Man. If you guys do enjoy this series, please hit that like button, subscribe, break that bell, it'll let you know when my next video will come out. And also, don't forget to comment what you would like to see and what things I should possibly think about fixing on this series. Let's get straight into the video with a little recap right about
Disappointed in toward All Might. I don't want to be a policeman. I want to be a hero. His dream seemingly shattered as an explosion is heard down the street. Deku looks across the rooftops and sees a alleyway on fire. Seemingly a big commotion going on. He says in his head, I should go over there and... No. My notebooks are useless. Why use them if I can't be a hero? All Might, checking his pocket, noticing the sludge villain was not there. All Might runs to the scene, blending in among the crowd. Deku just walking through the town. Even the #1 hero, All Might, said I can't become a hero. Guess I can't. He walks toward the alley instinctively. Without realizing it, he looks up and sees the sludge villain holding someone. Deku covers his mouth. Wait, that was the villain from the tunnel. Wait, didn't All Might... When he was trying to knock me off. It's my fault. This villain captured some... It's Kachan, he notices. The villain captured Kachan because I got in All Might's way. This is my fault.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault! Zuko yells as he leaps over the group of people, chucking his bag at the sludge villain, while a whistling comes off of one of his notebooks with the angle he threw it at. Hitting the villain in the eye, Zuko grabs Bakugo, now submerged in the villain's grasp. I'll save you, Kachan! I'll save you! He yells, feeling a tingle in his body as his body flips out of the way, like on auto drive from one of the villain's tendrils. What was that? He mumbles to himself. All Might uses his muscular form, walking through the crowd. It's alright. Why? Because I am here, he says, walking to Izuku. You were brave, young sir. But I will take it from here, he says, grabbing Izuku and Bakugo. Detroit Smash! He says as he punches the villain, aiming up into the sky, clearing it quickly as rain starts to form in the area where he punched. He changed the weather with his punch! Someone from the crowd yells. The three of them get surrounded by reporters, All Might and Bakugo getting praised for their bravery and heroics, while Izuku gets scolded for his reckless actions by the reporters and pro heroes. After about 30 minutes, though, Izuku and Bakugo begin to head home. Bakugo chasing Izuku down the alleyway that he takes to his home. Don't think I need your help, you damn loser, he yells before turning around and stomping off. You ran all the way over here to tell me that, Kachan? He mumbles as he turns around, and All Might came came sliding into the view from a side alleyway. I am here in an awkward position, he says, coughing up blood. All Might, are you okay? Izuku asks. Yeah, I'm fine. This happens quite often. he says, trying to compose himself again. He stands up straight. You showed great bravery here today, young sir. May I ask what your name is? Zuku Midoriya, and I will become a hero, he says, putting his fist to his chest. All Might looks him up and down and says, I was wrong before when I said you couldn't become a hero. One thing that all heroes have in common when they were young and around middle school days, when they first started, their feet began to move before they could think. And I just saw that happen to you. You too can become a hero. Deku gets teary-eyed and looks at All Might. You really believe that? All Might says, yes, and I will pass down my quirk to you to help you with this dream. Deku looks at All Might. What? You're gonna pass down? How? Huh? All Might begins to explain One for All. One for All has had many users. I am the eighth. It has been passed down as a storage type quirk. It stores up its energy between each user, getting more powerful than the last. And I have been trying to find a successor since my fateful battle. But I have finally found one. You. Uh, wait, how? Huh? I will explain more, but first I will have to train you, because in this shape you're in now, you will in no way be able to handle the quirk. To be honest, you'd probably explode, he says bluntly. Explode? He says, a little shocked. Yeah, but don't worry. I got a training program made right for you so that we could get that scrawny little body of yours built up for the UA entrance exam, he says, putting his hand on his arm. Izuku looks at him, crying. Really? All Might says, do you accept this offer? Izuku looks at him and says, yes, of course I do. Yes! After this encounter, Izuku goes home, eating a little bit of dinner with his mom, worrying about his safety because of his friend Bakugo getting captured by the sludge villain. Luckily, he wasn't caught on camera trying to help him. After he eats, he goes to bed, actually quite exhausted from the day he had. But when he closes his eyes, he somehow opens them again in some form of web. When he looks around, he sees a spider above him. Zuko tries to scream, but he can't. Almost like he's not even there. He can't feel anything. He can't hear anything. He can only just watch as the spider looks at him, surrounding him, until it bites his shoulder. Zuko tries to cry out in pain as he only felt that, but he has shown DNA strands getting individually bitten by millions of tiny spiders, forming into what seems like an interesting, different form of DNA, almost like it's changing right before his eyes. He wakes up, 5 a.m. He's in a very deep, cold sweat, and he wakes up jumping out of his bed. When he does, his pillow sticks to his hand. He tries to get it off, but he can't. He ends up ripping his pillow, leaving pillow parts on his hand, and his pillow ripped on his bed. He gets up and looks in the mirror, just walking by slightly, and then steps back, confused, looking at the mirror again. Did sleeping give me abs and jeez, I must have hit puberty, he says, a little jokingly, but also confused. Never seen something like this before. This is so weird. I have to get ready to go to the beach anyway, soon. 7 a.m., I think he said? Yeah, that's right. He says, getting into the shower, trying to scrub the pillow parts off of his hands still. He finally does so, but when he looks closely at his hands, he notices they feel rougher than usual. But then when he grabs his shampoo or body wash, it gets stuck to his hand as well. He freaks out and tries to shake it off his hand as well, but it does nothing but open and covers him in the body wash. He looks really confused at it, breathing for a second, closing his eyes, and then opening them again, seeing the bottle has dropped out of his hand. What the heck is happening to me? First that weird dream with the spiders and the DNA, and now things won't get unstuck from my hand. What is happening? He says, stressing out, but he gets dressed in some sort of workout uniform that he pieced together and heads off to the beach and arrives at 7 a.m. sharp. Izuku looking still decently tired, but also more confused than anything and distracted. All Might comes in and says, "Hello, young Midoriya. Are you ready for your training to start?" Izuku snaps out of his daze and looks up at him and says, "Of course! What are we going to be doing? Why did you bring me to this junkyard? I thought this was supposed to be a beach." All Might begins to say, "Well, this beach did look beautiful at one point, but due to the current, the trash just kept piling up. And after the trash stopped piling up, people just started using this as a trash dump. So, I have decided you will clean at least 3/4 of this beach before the UA exam. And, on top of that, I will be giving you a personalized plan to make sure that you exercise enough." Izuku looks at All Might and says, "You want me to move all of this?" "Yes, Izuku," he says, turning muscular and smashing something, knocking away a bunch of the trash. "I need you to move this with your own strength, so that you can inherit my quirk." Throughout the few months, the 10 months between then and the UA exam, Izuku had been continuing, working, training harder and harder, getting used to his weird sticking abilities and finding out that he had this weird tingle whenever something was about to hit him or was falling near him. It seemed like he had a weird sense, which he began calling a spider sense due to the spider correlation. Okay, I'm just gonna say this as a creator note. Yes, I realize that's tacky, just deal with it. Izuku begins to develop a sort of web shooter because he thought spiders need webs. So he just started making a couple wrist web shooters. And as I said, they're tech, so he's going to be making a chemical makeup for the web shooter. As he is training for All Might, he's making the web shooters with his little free time after school. He ends up making a Mark 1 for his web shooters. As you can see by the picture on screen, he has the webs and then the one for all. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I'm sorry to cut it short, but I feel I'm just droning on and I need to change up the pace a bit. So at episode 3, I'm just going to be talking to you like in this last part where I started doing the creator note. I'm going to be just doing more laid back, less story, more just, I guess, talking, if you know what I mean. If you guys did enjoy this video, please subscribe, please like the video. It'll definitely help a lot in knowing that people are actually interested. And share it as much as you can, please, because, I don't know, I've been not feeling YouTube recently, so I hope you guys actually enjoy these series of me just narrating slash talking about these stories that I've been coming up with in my heads or that I've seen online. I already have another one planned for either halfway through this I'll start it or after this entirely. I don't know when this will end, so I may just go into past manga stuff. Like I may go into future where I think things should be in the future. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you did, it means a lot to me if you did. And yeah, as always, Purple Army dismissed.